Is Pakistan dumping big brother China for old brother America? Will America resurrect its military bases in Pakistan, packed with powerful drones in order to target and destroy terror hideouts in Taliban-Afghanistan? That is what the Pakistan army, once again helpless against an enemy, wants. Just have a look at the recent developments. Pakistan's army chief, Aseem Munir, is in Washington this week. Now, he is not, of course, just another army chief from just another country. He is, after all, Pakistan's army chief and hence the puppeteer who plays his country's government on a string. So what he says and what he does is more important than what Pakistan's Prime Minister says or does. What is General Munir's mission in Washington, you ask? He wants not just military help from United States, he wants Americans to do the fighting on behalf of Pakistan. I'm talking about the various jihadi organizations that have found sanctuary in Afghanistan under the Taliban regime. I'm talking about the Taliban itself, which wants to spread its tentacles over Pakistan. However, General Aseem Munir's trip coming at a time when ties between the US and Pakistan have moved from firm foundations to shaky grounds. So this is what is on the agenda. First and foremost, he is looking for military alliance against Taliban and Taliban-inspired and Taliban-protected terrorists who are causing havoc in Pakistan. The Pakistan army has become helpless, to say the least, as Tuesday's terror attack in Dera Ismail Khan proves. General Munir is arguing that terrorist outfits like the Tehreek-e-Taliban and Islamic State Khorasan pose a threat not only to Pakistan but also to the US and the entire world. That's a bit ironic, isn't it? Has the great general of the Pakistan army forgotten how he has armed, financed and nurtured terror organizations that have been waging a continuous war against India? Why is he crying wolf when so many anti-Indian wolves were born and bred by him? It is clear that desperation has driven him towards American arms. We use that term as an effective pun. The Taliban-centric terrorists, after all, are now targeting Pakistan as they see an opportunity to create conditions for a further radicalization of the Pakistani state. Taliban is biting the hands that once fed it. It is a well-known fact that Pakistan gave sanctuary to the Quetta Shura of Taliban and to the Sirajuddin faction and then helped both to come to power in 2021 once the Americans fled Kabul. Now, that was 2 years ago, and within this time, Afghanistan has made Pakistan-based radicals into hardened militants. Pakistan's repeated warnings to Kabul to stop this has fallen on the proverbial deaf ears. Taliban offshoots continue to bleed Pakistani forces, case in point being the suicide bombing on Pakistan army base, which killed 23 people. Taliban offshoot, the Tehreek-e-Jihad Pakistan, claimed responsibility for the attack. Now, Pakistan wants America's support to fight terror. On Wednesday, the Pakistan army chief met with the US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. According to the Pentagon statement, they discussed recent regional security developments and potential areas for bilateral defense cooperation. The US withdrew troops from Afghanistan over 2 years ago, yet it maintains a beyond visual range capability in the war-torn country. This means that the US can execute precision strikes on targets posing security threats. Now, remember, in July 2022, a US drone eliminated the former Al-Qaeda leader, Ayman al-Zawahiri, in Kabul. The question now arises, will the US extend its assistance to Pakistan in similar operations? On Tuesday, Pakistan's acting information minister, Jan Ashokzai, posted a series of his recommendations on platform X, formerly Twitter. In response to Tuesday's deadly attack, he suggested a number of counter-terrorism measures. He suggested that Pakistan should provide US drone bases so that it can crack down on terror havens in Afghanistan. Ashokzai had said that the Dera Ismail Khan attack had crossed all national security red lines of Pakistan, quote-unquote. In response, he says, Pakistan must consider reprisal attacks in Afghanistan. He said the attacks should include quote-unquote special targeted operations, airstrikes, border closure with Afghanistan, return of Afghan refugees. He added that Pakistan should offer US drone bases to target Al-Qaeda and other militant sanctuaries in Afghanistan. Now, interestingly, Ashokzai later deleted that post. The Afghan Taliban always rejecting Pakistan's accusations, yet Pakistan, you see, has been fighting the Taliban offshoot, the Tehreek-e-Taliban, since it unilaterally broke the ceasefire deal with Pakistan government in 2022. The TTP gained momentum following the rise to power of the Afghan Taliban in the year 2021. And according to data released by the Pakistan Institute for Conflict and Security Studies, the country has experienced a 34% surge in anti-state violence just last month. Notably, Pakistan has recorded 599 terror attacks up to November this year. That's an 81% increase as compared to the same period in 2022. But if Pakistan cozies up to America, then where does it leave its big brother, China? You see, China is on a confrontation course with America and will not take kindly to any perception of betrayal by Pakistan. Recently, Pakistan has signaled a desire to strike a more balanced relationship with the US and China, its key ally. But such a balancing act, you see, does not work if your strategic feet wobble. What price will America demand for such support if it agrees to give it? We don't have the answers right now. What we do know is that Pakistan's terror problem is real and could threaten the Pakistan state. Neither China nor America can help Pakistan if Pakistan cannot help itself. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.